Okay, so in part one, we talked about our place value system, the block form, the unit form, and the standard form. Now we're going to focus on one additional form, and that's called word form. And it's not super difficult. The hardest part is making sure that you spell things right. So one of the things that you're going to have available to you is a spelling list of number words to help you with your spelling. Really, all this comes down to is see the number, say it the way you see it, and then spell it the way you said it. So let's look. So here's my number. I'm going to say what I see and spell it out. I see 245. So that's what I'm going to write in words. 245. Piece o' cake. The common mistake is that people will write 240 and 5 or 200 and 45. Neither of those are correct. You're not going to need the word and when you're writing out a number until you get into decimals. The word and does not belong in any number unless there's a decimal point, and that's not going to happen this year at all. So 245 is correct. Another misconception is that kids might write 200s, 410s, 5 ones. Whoopsie. 5 ones. But that's not word form. We learned in our last lesson that that is unit form. So you can't mix up your forms. Word form is exactly what it says. Write it out in words. So that is also incorrect. The correct way to write this number is 245 because when I read the number, that's what I say, so that's what I spell. Let's practice another one. Here's my number. Say to yourself in your head, what is that number? Read it. That's how we would write it. I read that as 390. I'm not going to write 309 because that's not a 9. It's 9 tens, so it's 90. So that would be incorrect. This number is 390. Say, what is that number inside your head? Read it to yourself. That number is 807. Would you say, I have $804 in my bank account? No, you wouldn't say that. So you would say exactly how much that is. 804. Why did I get a 7 from? I'm not in the classroom, so nobody could correct me. Whoopsie. 804. I have $804 or 804 Legos. Or my husband just cut that tree into 804 pieces. Not 804. 804. Okay. So it gets a little more tricky when you add in that thousands place, but not super tricky. Remember, we learned that magic trick. What word do we say when we see that comma? We say the word thousand. So I'm going to write what I see. I see 4, comma says 1,000, and then I write what I see again. 261. 4,261. How would you read this one? Well, I know this part for sure. That part is 9,000. So I see a 9 and then a comma. 9,000. Would I say 045? Would you read it that way? 9,045? No, you would say 9,045. Generally, when there is a 0 in a number, you just ignore it. It's not worth anything, so it's not worth words. So I want you to do one. And then I want you to check. So this is our number. Pause now, write it out, then come back and check. Did you get the same thing as me? 5,432? Good job. One more. Pause now, write it out, come back and check. I can skip those zeros. That is just 7,003. Okay, you're going to go do part 2 of your slideshow, and then you're coming back for the last form that you have to learn about after that. See you in a bit.